Hello, family. Welcome again to One Global Movement, Building Hopes and Dreams, where we come together to speak with heart for children, young people, and women worldwide. Thank you guys so much for your support, your love, and your prayers for One Global Movement. We are in the month of celebrating Black history, and we want to celebrate this because we understand that celebrating the history of Black children is also celebrating the history of children all over the world. So today, Tuesday, February 11, we are in the Mantle of Hope Revolution Inspiration. And the theme here is Black, am I right in going? Black resilience and overcoming adversity. So I should be right here, right? Let me not make a mistake with the topics. So, Black resilience and overcoming adversity. Let me turn my phone down here so it doesn't disturb. I'm sorry about that. So, One Global Movement is a beacon of hope in the fight for equality and justice for all children. What affects one child affects the other. Just like the saying goes that it takes a village to love, raise, and educate a child. And One Global Movement is working on this principle so that no one child gets left behind. So throughout history, Black children or Black individuals have demonstrated unwavering resilience in the face of systemic racism. We all know that. Some of us have lived it and we are still living it. And not just systemic racism, but also slavery and inequality. Despite centuries of oppression, they have risen. Black children and Black families have risen, leading movements of change, pioneering innovations, and contributing immensely, so big to the world's cultural, political, and economic landscapes. And this is very important that we know and we talk about because this is what constitutes Black history. And that is why we are celebrating it this February of every year. The story of resilience is one of courage, perseverance, and unyielding hope for a better tomorrow. It is a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who have fought tirelessly for freedom, justice, and equality. One Global Movement stands as a catalyst in this ongoing journey, committed to eradicating social injustices that hinder progress for Black children, Black women, and young people and individuals and marginalized communities across the globe. Through education, empowerment, and collaborative action, the movement seeks to dismantle the barriers of inequality, ensuring that every child and every person has the opportunity to rise beyond the circumstances imposed by history and society. Do you agree with me? If you agree, leave your comments in the chat. Leave your comments here in the chat so that we can give a shout out back to you for contributing to the celebration of Black history. So now, how can we do this? We can do this through empowering through education, and more education. When we listen to the words of Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon that we can use to change the world. And Malcolm X said, education is a passport into the future, and the future belongs to those who take action today. And our little girl Malala Yousafzai said, one child, one teacher, one pencil can transform the world. And so education is very powerful. Education has always been a powerful tool in breaking the chains of oppression. One Global Movement invests in literacy programs, scholarships that we're going to be writing programs for, and which we have started some already, and leadership training that equip young Black minds with the knowledge and skills to rewrite their futures. By fostering a culture of learning, the movement nurtures a generation of leaders who will advocate for justice, innovation, and inclusivity. And of course, choices as well, giving children choices, not two. Two is not giving choices because two is imposing either or. We want to give 3, 4, and more choices. And it's also here to teach children, Black children and other children around the world, that the pen is mightier than the sword. That when we talk about physical strength, we're not talking about how you can punch somebody, or you can shoot somebody with a gun, or you can do all of those things. No, we are talking about the kind of physical power that we were born with. It starts from within, which is the psychological and emotional power to be able to bring solutions to world communities, particularly to the lives of young people, children, and women who are the most vulnerable in every society. And now we talk about economic upliftment and financial independence. When One Global Movement talks about building, helping children to build generational wealth, this is what it's all about. So poverty has long been a byproduct of systemic discrimination. One Global Movement works to change this narrative by creating avenues for financial independence through entrepreneurship programs, vocational training, and access to funding opportunities. The movement empowers Black individuals, Black children, among other children, to build businesses, create jobs, and establish generational wealth. And we are focusing on the Black community because we know that Black children have been unjustly treated and have been the point of discrimination and oppression in the world. And because what affects a Black child is also going to affect the other children. So by investing in economic empowerment, One Global Movement therefore ensures that prosperity is no longer a privilege for a selected few, but a right and a birthright to every child and for every child. So we also talk about advocacy and policy reform. What are you doing about that? What are you doing about this in your own community? Real change, as we all know, comes from addressing root causes of injustice. Not just say, let us begin here. We go right down to the basement, right to the root cause, and start addressing them so that we can find good solutions to all of this. So One Global Movement is actively engaging in policy advocacy, working alongside lawmakers, activists, and organizations to dismantle discriminatory endeavors, discriminatory structures, and discriminatory systems. So the movement amplifies Black voices in political discourse, championing policies that promote equity in education, healthcare, employment, and criminal justice. And we also talk about cultural celebration and representation. Remember, your culture, your values is part of your foundation, and you were born with this, and you have a right to that culture. So representation matters, and it does really matters. One Global Movement champions the celebration of Black culture, achievements, and contributions to the world through arts, media, music, storytelling, dance, food, and other initiatives. One Global Movement highlights the richness of Black heritage, inspiring pride and breaking down stereotypes. It fosters an environment where Black excellence is recognized, celebrated, and upheld as a global standard. And we all see the Black music, how it is almost like the role model of all music in the world. We see that every day. And this is something that we can leverage to continue to do good in the world, which One Global Movement is using. So we can talk about healing and community building. The scars of historical injustices run deep, right deep. But healing is possible. It is possible. Those scars are very deep, and those scars might always be there. But let us rise from those scars and be stars. And this is very possible when we all come together for the same purpose, helping these children to defeat hunger, illiteracy, and poverty. One Global Movement creates safe spaces for dialogue, mental health awareness, and collective healing. Collective healing. And these things are made very private. By fostering a sense of community, the movement strengthens bonds that transcend borders, creating a global family committed to justice and progress. And so, we cannot talk about these things without taking action. And therefore, One Global Movement is calling upon you, and you, that we must come together as a global family to work and to put these words in action, because these words come from the mind, they come from the heart. And therefore, putting it in action is what is required. One Global Movement presently is putting these words in action little by little, from one step to the other, because we have programs that are already running with children being trained, and with children are happy. They're happy doing these programs for their own betterment. So, call to action. Acknowledging the resilience of Black individuals, Black children, and Black family is not just about honoring the past. It is about shaping a future where equality is the norm. Equality is normal. It's not something that we have to be asking for every day for our children. It should be the norm, not the exception. And One Global Movement is working towards that. Celebrating Black History Month shouldn't just be this month. It should be forever, just like celebrating other cultures. And it shouldn't just be pinpoint. And the pinpointing here means there is work, more work, and a lot to be done in order to help Black children in the world to rise and shine, to get up and grow, and to get up to build from their scars, because those scars are there for a reason. One Global Movement invites individuals, organizations, governments, leaders, church leaders, families to join this mission. Together, we can create a world where no one child is bound by the injustices of history, but instead empowered to build a legacy of hope, opportunity, and prosperity. As we move forward, let us all remember that resilience is not just about ensuring hardship, but it is about rising above it. We're not just talking about the hardship, but we are putting things in place that will help our children, our young people and women and families to rise above it, transforming pain into power, and turning history's struggles into tomorrow's victories. One Global Movement stands as a beacon of hope, guiding the world towards justice, unity, and a future where Black children, Black individuals, as well as others, and all marginalized communities thrive, not just to survive. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Please share, and share. We want to get every child, every young person, every mother and families involved in what we are doing here, because we here in One Global Movement don't want any child, any young person to be left behind. So it is up to you and I to share this, because this is the list that you can start to do for one global movement. Be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so that you will not miss out on anything that we are doing here. We also have a Facebook page that you can go there and like and follow. Together, we can rewrite the stories of Black children and the scars of history. Thank you guys so much, and I love you all. Bye-bye.